Hey guys, this is Ryan Bishop speaking on behalf of Lambda9, and just wanted to give you an update of this week, what we have done. Our base focus this week was on polishing up the GUI, and also a big part was integrating the base classes which store usernames, passwords, that sort of thing, to get that integrated. Um, as you saw last week, we just had a base student and instructor username with a generic password. And to give you an idea, here's where we were at the prototype last week. We could enter student and password is the password to log in and see the rooms and connect to them. Or we could enter instructor and password to get the instructor interface, which is basically the classroom creator. So if I created a classroom, I'd be able to broadcast questions, but you guys saw this last week. So to give you an idea of how far we've come this week, I'm going to disable the script that we were working on and enable the test script that we're currently working on. Now all the features aren't currently in, but we're going to continue working on this week, and hopefully we'll have something completed by the end of week 5. But so far, here's what our current progress looks like. Alright, so here's the title screen. You can click instructor or student. We plan on possibly splitting this into 2 separate programs later on to prevent students from registering as an instructor. But right now you can click on instructor. That brings you to the instructor menu. And you can click login. But right now, if I try to log in, I'll use just a normal username and password that I pretty much use for everything. If I click login, it says user authentication failed, username not found. Now there's a lot of error checking going on behind the scenes. Also, if I don't enter a username or password, it will prompt me to enter a valid username and password. Now what this is doing right now is it's checking a list of registered instructors, because this is the instructor GUI. It's checking that list against what I'm entering here to see if I'm currently in the system. What this is going to do later on, what Yeye is working on, is data persistence. So this data will be stored in a database or in player prefs and will be restored anytime the program is started. But right now, this is just checking, like I said, a list of registered instructors. So right now, what I'm going to have to do is register as an instructor and register on this PC. So I can enter an instructor name, a username, password. I'm just going to do 1234 to test because I really don't want to give away what I use as a real password. And I'm going to click register. And as you can see in the top right, I'm registered. It shows me my name and also my username. And then I can click log out to log out of the system. But I'm going to keep going here. As you can see, the classroom creator has been polished now. I can enter a room name just like before, so call it default room. I can also change the capacity of students that can join the room, so if I enter, say, 12, it's going to actually end up being 13 because it's 12 plus the server host. And I can also enter a message of the day, so I'll just say this is a message and create the room. Now right now I haven't finished the instructor main GUI, which you saw in the prototype. It was the being able to enter a question and broadcast that to students. So currently that's not in the system. But if I come here, I click log out, it brings me right back to the title screen. And because I haven't stopped the program, like I said, we're planning on getting databases integrated later on, probably towards the end of alpha. But because I'm still running the program, I can come here now and I can enter my username and password 1234, log in, and I'm back at the classroom creation. Now let's show you the student side, what we currently have completed for the student side. Actually, I have to start it here first. I'm going to build and run to create a standalone player. This is going to serve as the client. So let me drag that to the side. I'm going to drag this to this side. And then this is going to be the server. So the server is the instructor, and the client is the student. That's the base model for our entire system here. So I'm going to come here as the server, the instructor, and enter a name, basically register again. Also, let me take this opportunity to show you, there is a lot of error checking going on here that's programmed in. If I don't put in a confirmation password and I try to register, it will tell me the password doesn't match confirmation. It also clears out those fields. If I don't enter a name as an instructor, actually first priority is to enter a password. So if I enter my password and I enter the same confirmation password without an instructor name, it will tell me to enter a name. And if I don't have a username, same idea, it'll tell me to enter a valid username. So let me enter that right now and click register and OK to create my classroom. Now I'm just going to call it test classroom. Give it a max capacity of 10. Remember, including the server, that'll be 11, and you'll see that in a minute. Message of the day, this is a message, and create the room. Now I'm going to come here on the client side and come in as a student. Now, at first, there are no servers registered, so if I click refresh, there's all the information for the server I just created on the instructor side. Test classroom tells me the number of people connected, that's the server, plus 10 others can connect, and the message of the day. Now, every message of the day, whether you create one or not, you can actually leave it blank. It will always concatenate who the instructor is for that room. So if you're coming in as a student and you're looking for a particular instructor's room, this just makes that a little easier. And you can see this whole GUI has been polished quite a bit, where it just showed the name before and you clicked on it to connect. Now it has a nice little box with all the information for that server. We can add information to that later on and click connect. And currently that's as far as we've gotten with that. Clicking connect doesn't connect you yet. So going forward from here, we're going to create the student interface, or recreate it. What we had to do was create our rewrite our script from scratch to include the course manager, the student and instructor information, as opposed to before where we were just using a generic student username and instructor username. So we are in the process of rewriting that main script, and you may have noticed I didn't have to log in here as a student. Now the reason for that is because the way the system works, you're going to have to choose a room before you connect, and then once you click connect here, it's going to bring up a login for the student. Now this is because each instructor, maybe I should show it in the code, each instructor has an instance of the course manager, and then the course manager, if I come back here, stop that, if I open up the course manager, it has a list of students. So this is what's going to be used for authentication on the student side. Once you click on a room to connect, there's going to be a login screen to authenticate your username and password, and it's going to use basically the course manager to do that. And the course manager is accessed by extension through the instructor. So by clicking on a room and then trying to log in or register, you're really registering with a specific instructor for that instructor's course, or virtual room, that is. So I hope that answers any questions. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask. This is Ryan Bishop for our Week 5 video. Thank you very much.